Well, hi students, and welcome back to week 2 of BCIS 1110. I hope your first week of school went well, not only in this class, but in your others, and it was a good intro to this fall term. And thank you for coming back to this week. I'm going to start off this week with your historical fun fact. So 72 years ago on, Monday the 9th, remember last week I told you I introduced you to Grace Hopper? Well, fortunately, this now follows up on something that she did. So, as I said, 72 years ago, Grace Hopper was very involved in the Harvard Mark I computer. She was working on Harvard Mark II. And there was a problem with one of the computers. It had a problem. She went in and looked, and she found out that there was a moth in the computer. They had to get it out. So she got the moth and actually put it in her notes. So at 3:45, she recorded the first computer bug in the logbook. The problem was traced to a moth stuck between relay contacts in the computer, which she duly taped into the logbook with the explanation. First actual case of bug being found. The bug was actually found by others, but she made the logbook entry. And so when you say, oh, my computer has a bug, this was the first instance. 72 years ago, go Grace Hopper. Okay, that takes care of that. So now, remember I told you many times that this class is very video heavy, which is why you need headphones and earbuds and things like that. Well, this week is going to be an example of it. So we're going to look into some computer things today. Or this week, and so I want to go over some things and how best to navigate through them. This is where you found this week's video lecture. So there is a video on what is a computer, then there's a quiz. Then there are 2 videos on what goes on inside a computer, one for desktop and one for laptop, and then there's a quiz. Then there's an article and a video about energy saving and e-waste recycling. So what happens when, I bought a new computer. What do I do with the old one? Where does it go? What happens to it? Talks about sustainability. And then there's a quiz for that. So those are 3: video quiz, video quiz, video quiz. Okay, then we're going to get into doing some stuff. So one of the things that employers have told C&M that they want potential, candidates, potential employees to have is file management skills. And so what we're going to do here in week 2 is set up some ways for you to get some file management skills. So let's see. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to click on this little link right there, hyperlink. These are your instructions of what you need to do. All right. This is what it should look like when you're done. So here it is for a Windows image, and here it is for a Mac image. So what will happen is you're going to create these folders, and then I'm going to go back to the instructions, and I'm going to show you what you need to do. So you need to create a folder, a main folder called BCIS 1110. And inside that, so as you see there, these are kind of layered here. So here is the main folder. Then inside it is one for Access, Concepts, Projects, Excel, File Management, PowerPoint, and Word. And then inside each of these, there's another little step. See how these are all indented? So these are all the ones that pertain to Excel. They're in the Excel folder. And the way you get them to show or not show is to click on this little triangle here. So if this were mine and I clicked on this, it would collapse. And then to expand it, you click on these things here. Now, I will tell you that you can set this up however you want within reason. Okay? I personally, as your instructor or as a student when I took this class, do not care about reports and start files. Because the way my mind works, such that it does, is I have 3 chapters of Excel, therefore everything pertaining to each chapter would go into that folder. Why would I have reports for all these chapters here? Why would I have start files? It's not how my mind works. And this will make more sense when you get into the first one we're going to do is Word in a couple of weeks. So what you might want to do, and this is completely up to you, is create only Excel and Word and put Word, put the chapters 1, 2, and 3 and 1, 2, and 3. And then once we get into Word, decide if you want to do the reports and start files. That is completely okay. I really don't care about the reports and start files. I'm really much more interested in Word chapters 1, 2, and 3. If that works for you, that's fine. So I'm going to show you the instructions in 1 second, but this is what you're going to start with. Okay. So here are the instructions. Create a BCIS 1110 folder. Then, as I said, file management, concepts, project, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access. Then inside Word and Excel, you're going to create chapters 1, 2, and 3 at least. If you want to do start files and reports, you can. PowerPoint, there is only chapter 1. You do not have to have the start files and reports if you do not want them. You may, of course, add them later. Okay, so the start files, I'll just briefly explain this. What will happen is when you get into My IT Lab, you will access a folder, and it will have your instructions. It will have a start file. And then once you submit it, you can get a report. On the off chance you did not earn the full credit, you can get a report. So that's what they're giving you an opportunity for. I personally would rather have everything pertaining to each chapter in each chapter folder. That's the way I do it. So we can work more on that once we get into it. So you need to go to, if you're working on your own computer, you can put it in your documents or My Documents, whatever you have. If you want to keep it on a USB, you may do that. So what you need to do is create these folders. Okay, how do I do that? Let me go find a place to do that. Okay, so if I were in, I don't want to show you that. Okay, so here I am in my, look, here I am in my folder. So I have a BCIS 1110 folder, right? So when I open it, this is how you create them, okay? There are several different ways. I'm a right-click person. Right-click will get you through most of this class. If you right-click and click on New, you will go to Folder. All right? So what you would do is create BCIS 1110. Okay. I'm just showing you this even though I've already got it. Then when you open that, right-click, New Folder. There was one for File Management, right? Okay. Let me go show you the Word one because that's the one that you will need to have when you create Word. Then you go into the folder, and this is how you create that hierarchy. Right-click, New Folder, Chapter 1, and you could say Word Chapter 1. It doesn't matter. I'll show you. Chapter 2. You can do this anyway. As long as you have 3, it's fine. Okay, you just have to have that. So then you can go back. These are called breadcrumbs. So when you go back, and I have my BCIS folder, I have File Management, I have Word, right? If I open this up and go to this folder, if you hover right here, you can expand this a little bit. See all these little triangles? If I click on the triangles, I can open things up. This is exactly how you get to what that is. Okay, does that make sense? So you can follow the instructions and do that. Now, one of the things I have said, I said it in the navigation video. I may have said it in chapter 1. I can't remember. I've slept since then. You do need to have access to Chrome and Firefox. This is one of the instances where you can do this in Chrome, but I recommend Firefox. It's just the way I work. If you have more experience with Chrome, Chrome may work for you. It is completely optional. This is how to, we're going to give you a file management assignment. Okay. So this is the assignment where you're going to submit it. You'll click on here. So these are the attached documents. All right. In Firefox, if you double click on this zipped folder, it will open, or you have the option to open it with Windows Explorer. If you use Chrome, it's going to attach it to the bottom of your Chrome window, and it doesn't open right away. This way, it opens right away. That's why I do the easy, down and dirty way. Okay, and then here are the instructions. All right. So what you need to do are a couple of different things, and So where you went and created the file, oops, wrong one, the file management folder, right? So you go into file management. Now, on these instructions, this is personally not my favorite assignment, but I will have you do it. I just don't like the way it tells you to do. Okay. The only thing you need to do from skill 1 and 2 that I'm interested in is to create a folder called Managing Files Last Name. Okay. So I'm in my file management folder. I'm going to right click. I'm going to create another folder called File Management Thompson. Okay. That's the first part. Then the part I'm interested in is down here in skill 3. All right. Inside Managing Files Thompson folder, create 3 new folders called Pictures, Files, and Aspen Manual. All right. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go into this as soon as I get to it. Pictures. I always forget. Files. Sorry this is taking so long, but it's easier to do in person. And Aspen Manual. Not Manal. Okay. Then it tells you to drag drawings to the folder. All right. So now you have to have these windows open a couple of ways. All right. Drawings. See, I already forgot where. Oh, just to the drag to the folder. All right. Drawings just goes to the folder. It doesn't go in any of these. And it takes a second to do. All right. Then the second one is drag trip pics to the folder and name it Pictures. Okay. So then I'm going to do the same thing. Trip pics. I'm going to just drag it over here. Now I have to rename it. So when you click on this, like I said, right click is your second new best friend after me. Right click, rename. Now it already has most of the word pictures. I'm just going to use the arrow over to the right and then go to the left. PICTURE. I already have the S. Enter. Okay. Then drag the trip pics folder, rename it, click City Hall. Okay. Okay. Click City Hall, hold down Control, and then go to Community. So just leave it in order. Go to City Hall. I already forgot. Community Center. Why is that? It's the next one. Oh, okay. Control. When you hold down Control, it lets you pick individual things, right? So I can do any of these. Now I'm just going to come up here and click on City Hall. All right. So when you click on City Hall and hold down Control and then go to Community Center, it takes both of them. But you can spot click anything. All right. So then I'm going to drag these 2 pictures. All right. Whoops, don't need that one. Hold on. Bear with me. All right. So I'm going to drag these 2 pictures over here. Okay. Then where's the other one? City Hall. Use the same method, holding down the 4 PDFs. Okay. So there are 4 PDFs that are going to Aspen Manual. So now there are 4 PDFs. Well, what's an easier way to find the 4 PDFs? If you sort them by type, right here, then you can hold down Holiday Contract, hold down Control. I'm sorry. I just shot myself in the foot. When you hold down Shift, you can pick everything. So what I did was I clicked on Holiday Contract because that's the first PDF. Then I want all of these in order and all of these in a row. If you hold down Shift and click on the last one, it selects them all. All right. The 4 PDFs. Drag them to Aspen Manual. All right. You get the idea. All right. You kind of move things around here. So they're going to go over here. So I'm just going to click. And when it turns blue for Aspen Manual, those go over there. All right. Then I want to get everything that has the word job in it. So I'm going to sort by the name. Everything that says job, I'm going to hold down Shift and take everything that says job, and I'm going to drag it to the files folder. Okay. This one. I'm going to drag that to the one that says files right there. Da, da, da. Okay. Then, all right. That is that. Okay. You may read through this. There is nothing that you need to do. You may read through this. There is nothing you need to do. So once you do that and you are in your file management folder, I'm going to go back to file management. See, I'm in my BCIS. I have my file management folder. I'm going to right click on send to compressed zipped folder. Now what it does is it makes a copy. I still have my original folder, but this one has a little zipper on it. So what it's done, it's compressed it. It's very similar to those infomercials where the lady put a vacuum cleaner hose on the plastic bag and pulled all the air out and compressed it. So it's compressed. It's a way now to send this. This is what you submit. Read through the rest of these instructions. It just talks about different views and things like that. But this zipped folder is what you need to submit. So you click right here. And you can do one of two things. I'm going to go in here. Let me see what happens if I do this. Okay, I'm going to move this over just a little bit. I'm going to scroll down, kind of line this up. So when I go to where my compressed folder is, and I move this over and I make this a little smaller. All right, here's my zipped folder. This is the cool part. You click this, you drag it over here to this outline box. When it turns purple, let it go. Let me make this bigger. And it attaches it right here. And then you click on submit. Okay, I'm going to hit cancel because I don't need to submit it. But that's what you do. You see them. You can do that with any assignment. Just line it up. You can also browse if you want to do it that way. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now, I will tell you that because this is one of the instances, almost every time we give you something, we give you the solution image. So you can click on that, and this is what it should look like when you're done. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. So we almost always give you the solution, so we give you the answers. So you can do that. Anyway, then attendance. Just click right here. So this is how to use a journal. Click on attendance. And then click up here on journal entry. Do not attach a document, but type right in here. So you will say week 1 attendance. And literally tell me one thing you learned this week, whether it was from this class, whether it was something from another class, whether it was something from life, whether it was something you learned on a TV show or a news show or a documentary. I don't care. Tell me one thing you learned this week. That is how you come to class and get counted for attendance. Okay? All right. As always, let me know through messages if you have any questions or need assistance. I do have office hours on Monday and Tuesday nights from 8:30 to 9. And I look forward to hearing from you. And have a fabulous week. It's a 5-day week, well, for all of us, this week. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you like all your classes. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.